England's opportunity to secure their place at France 2016 is here. What can we expect from this potentially historic game from Roy and his men?
Every international game is difficult in their own way. We treat it like any other game we would. Playing against San Marino, it's one there where we should win. Everyone sort of knows that, but we won't take that for granted. We know it will be difficult in some patches during the game, but the squad we've got, I believe, if we want to be in Euros 2016, we should be beating teams like San Marino. But like I said, we treat every game very similar.
England, fairly straightforward stuff. Should be at home to San Marino, but you've gone obviously quite attacking with the formation you think they're going to play, and you've gone for Vardy up front, not Rooney.
Simply because I'd like to maybe get him a goal and playing with a team and getting confident.
He started the season well with Leicester. With a player like Vardy coming in, he's surrounded by Wayne Rooney, who's scored tons of goals for England. But this is an opportunity for him. If he was to get a couple of goals, how much of a relief would that be for him? Massive
relief, because then you feel like you're part of it and you belong. And the rest of the guys, like when they see what you're capable of, they kind of like you kind of get welcomed in a bit more. But when you haven't,
you deserve to be there.
Well, yeah, when you haven't, because he's come out of nowhere and he's got himself in there and deservedly so. But there's always a period when you're playing when you get in the squad where you want to be accepted as I'm in the squad and right, he's in, and you want that, and I think he'll want that.
And you'd like to see Barkley tried out behind him. Barkley's featured a fair bit under Hodgson, a number of substitute appearances, including in the World Cup. Do you think it's time now, the way he started the season for Everton as well, that he comes in and actually tries to push for a starting place?
Yeah, it should be now at his age and the potential he's got and the opportunity. If he catches light. We've got a few players who can do that, but he's one of those that can ignite and get things going. He's like got a great shot, left foot, right foot. He's got great physique, great engine, technical ability. He's got it all there for him.
Surely England will get 3 points, which will take them to France. It will guarantee qualification. Can England experiment here, Andy, or do you think they should just make sure?
I think it's not just a case of making sure. I think it's a case of working out what your best 11 and your best system is going into Euro 2016, because once qualification's over, the tournament will be upon us very, very quickly. There's very little time on which to work on that best 11, and there's always been such a difference between what England have done in qualification and what they've done in the final tournament, and that's really what they need to work on.
We're not going to expect very much from San Marino. Obviously, they've got only, I think, one full-time footballer in their side. I mean, everyone else in the team, they're accountants, one guy works in a factory, all that kind of stuff, which is the kind of thing that English players only really face when they're playing perhaps a lower league side that does pretty well in the FA Cup.
Or not even. Yeah. I think...
Well, a non-league side in the FA Cup.
Yeah, and I think it's an interesting challenge for England to try and make the play against the team that are going to sit deep and not counter-attack. Because especially as the game goes on, they won't have the fitness to do so. So that's a very, very particular challenge, to try and draw that defence out when that is their plan A and in fact their only plan.
Against San Marino, I mean, the back four shouldn't come into question too much. You've gone Oxlade-Chamberlain, perhaps Raheem Sterling you'd like to see on the wing. We've seen that a few times with England before. Milner as well, playing in a role that he's now playing regularly with Liverpool. But the other one you'd like to see, and I'm a big fan of this man myself, is jon-joe in there.
Yeah, well,
because he started the season in quite magnificent fashion.
Yeah.
Great range of passing.
Well, he's got that, and I think when I saw him play for Liverpool, you could see that he had something. You have to look at it, Liverpool must be thinking that they've made a mistake for him. He's gone back to Liverpool and scored goals and played well as well.
What would he bring for England? Because England sometimes, Carrick perhaps hasn't got as many caps as many people would suggest he should. He's a little bit older now. Would Shelvey be able to play that position next to a more kind of steady holding midfield, maybe a Milner or a Henderson or whoever you like?
Future-wise, I'd like to see maybe him and Jack Wilshere.
Right.
I think Jack Wilshere could play that role brilliantly, but he's got great passing range. Given the opportunity in and around there, he's got a great shot on him. Yeah. He'll score
goals. And he plays with a real confidence.
And he does play with confidence. And then when you've got the pace of him,
Sterling,
and
Vardy and
Oxlade-Chamberlain, he's got a range of passing that he can hit people with passes. So he's got everything.
To find more coverage of the match, search Vauxhall England on Twitter or Facebook and give them a like or follow. Scotland away to Georgia. This is an absolute must-win for Scotland. They're going to have to go in, perhaps attack Georgia. This is what you're thinking that they may well go with. Cut the wide players, obviously, one man up top. Strachan's not changed his personnel too much. He's trusted the